There's something good in every moment. Find it, seek it out, and keep your focus there. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. I think that's worth celebrating. You do it your way. This is your yoga. This is your yoga where you do it exactly the way you want to do it. It's a 1 hour long practice. We practice every day live like a real class, every day live for 1 hour. Stick around for what you can. Do what you can. Maybe you only do the warm up. That's totally fine. Do what you can with what you've got. All right, so every day our practices are different and they're all planned out to work together. Today is strength and balancing, which we all need more of. We all need more strength and we all need to balance more. And the only way to get it is to work it. All right, so strength and balancing. Other days of the week, we do other practices, other types of yoga, other things that'll make you stronger, more flexible, more mobile, and just feeling better in your body. So check us out every single day. All right, another big thing. Always do what's right for your body. Never hurt. If something hurts, back out of it. You don't want to do it. Not everything is meant for everybody, right? So do what you can with what you got. If you feel pain or experience any pain or sharpness or you know what's not right, don't do it. Maybe take it a little easier, take it to a lesser percentage, or modify. I'll show you modifications today as well. All right, a word while you practice to think about is, this is a good one, this is choose. Choose, you choose, just to select from a number of possibilities. So you choose what you can do in this practice. You do it to make it work for you because, you modify. You skip something. You make it work for your unique body today. All right, so you're going to use some props. We always have props that we use. You might want to be near a wall. You might want to have a chair handy. You can do a lot of this seated. Even when we come to our little warrior sequence, you could be seated in a chair and do it with your bottom in a chair. Have some water handy. That's always good. Stay hydrated. An eye shade and a little hand towel I always have because it's just so nice to use for final Shavasana. And the towel you can put under your knees if your knees are, not liking being on. A strap if you want, maybe use it for boat pose, bow pose. I'm not going to use it today because it's a quick pace practice. Also 2 yoga blocks. All great props, all things that you'll want to use. Let's come on up to standing and we're going to start. Now don't give up, just try. So come on up. Okay, here's the deal. We're going to start with a stress number. Lock in a stress number in your head. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, frowny face to smiley face? What are you feeling? Are you really stiff somewhere, here, there, whatever? Record that number and let's start. All right, first pose is a confidence pose. Let's have our feet a little bit wider than hip width distance. Hands on your hips, or maybe you got a chair nearby. Send your shoulders back and down. So what does that do? That lifts your chest, right? And you just feel like you're picking up space and you feel good and you feel strong and you feel in control and in charge when you pick up space. Stand confidently, chest is lifted. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Let it go. That's an important component of it. Big breath in the nose, and out through your mouth. All right, start to come up onto your toes because you are strong, you are confident, you can do this. Press up onto the balls of your feet. All right, be mindful of your feet here. Your feet are your foundation. We say it every day. You got to build from the ground up. So you're strengthening your ankles here. You're challenging yourself a little bit with your balance. Breathe. Heels are behind your toes. Lift and lower. Keep a focus straight ahead. Shoulders are back and down. Chest is big and puffy. Breathe. So lift up. Heel off the ground. Maybe stay up on the balls of your feet a little bit as you challenge yourself to stay a little bit longer. And then come on down. Lift your toes up this time. So weight is in your heels and give your toes a wiggle. All right, finish up however you want. Just move on the toes a little bit. Breathe in, sigh it out, and then plant your feet. Adjust your feet so they're comfortable. Maybe bring them in a little bit, and then think about this for a second. The area between the second and third toe, not your big toe, the next 2 toes. That area, look between those toes. That crevice should be pointing straight forward, or maybe they're out like a little bit of duck feet. Try to bring them in a little bit so that area between the second and third toe are pointing forward. Now lift your arms up high. It should feel really good and neutral in your hips, your pelvis, a little bit of space in your knees. Should feel really, really good. Lengthen up through your fingers. This is extended mountain, Tadasana pose. We're going to do this often. Reach, stretch. Big breath in. And big breath out, soften in the shoulders. Put your hands on your low back now. Send your hips forward, squeezing your elbows towards your spine. Again, opening up through your chest, pushing your belly forward, looking up toward where the ceiling and the wall meet, or look directly overhead. Take a gentle back bend. Exhale the air out of your lungs. Let it go and fold forward. Let your arms hang toward the earth. Put a little bend in your knees. Think of the top of your head reaching down toward the ground. So your eyes are back toward your knees or your belly button. Breathe in. Your belly's going to push against your thighs and you're going to lift up a little bit. And then breathe out. Let it all go. Deflate. Fold your body in half. Maybe your hands are on the ground. Maybe they're nowhere near the ground. It's A-okay. Don't sweat it. Inhale. Roll your spine on up, one vertebra at a time. Come to a palm tree pose. Arms go high overhead. Interlace your fingers. Send your palms up to the sky and then start to go sway from side to side, left to right. Stretch it out. Little bend in your elbows. I don't know what feels good for you. And adjust your feet. How do your feet want to be so you feel stable? Maybe you have a chair and you're putting a hand on a chair and reaching through your arm. Maybe you're seated in a chair. Totally fine. Don't sweat it. Every little bit of movement is good. You got to start somewhere, right? And it's that one little step that starts you on that journey of excellence. All right. Palm tree pose. Let's do our arm circles. Bring your arms back up to the sky. Send your palms up to the sky. Breathe. Take a big breath in. Maybe rock on your feet a little bit. Exhale, release your arms down. Start to do some arm circles. I don't know how big you want them to be. Maybe the arms are teed out. Maybe you're getting more into the shoulders. Breathe. And as you do this, add in your knees. When your fingers are reaching toward the earth, bend in the knees. And then when your arms go up to the sky, straighten up. Breathe. Let it feel good. Open up. Breathe. Circles don't have to be very big in the arms. The bends don't have to be very big in the knees. Just do. And don't judge yourself. Have an attitude of gratitude. Be happy for what you got. Arm circles in the opposite direction. Bend and squat. Move the shoulders. A little or a lot. You can do it. You can do it. All right, finish up. Come back to standing. How you feeling? Shoulders back and down. Palms in towards your thighs. Let's do that big coat swing. Arms are heavy. Shoulders are loose and away from the ears. Twist from side to side. Let your arms, which are hanging freely, tap your hip. Tap your backside. Look over your shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, we're going to do a pose in a little bit. Keep swinging. Keep swaying back and forth. We're going to do a pose in a little bit called Chaturanga Dandasana. It's essentially like a push-up on the ground, but if you know already you don't want to do that, you can do it up against a wall. You can imagine the wall is the mat, and when we step through our Chaturanga, you could be standing against the wall and doing the exact same thing. There's so many ways to do it. You just got to do it. All right, a couple more big twists. Over the shoulder, let's finish. Come back to the midline of your body. Hinge forward. Let's take ragdoll pose. All right, your feet, toe heel them apart so they're about hip width distance, which is 2 fists in between your hands or in between your feet. Bend your elbows, hands to opposite elbow creases, little bend in the knee, fold forward, fold in half. Your belly's kind of between your thighs. Let your eyes go up towards your knees, wiggle your toes, and then plant your feet solidly and start to sway your elbows. One elbow back toward one knee, other elbow back toward the other knee. So you're kind of like drawing a sideways figure 8 on the ground with your swaying arms. Decompressing the low back. Feels wonderful. Breathe. And then let's finish. Come back to the midline of your body. Give your toes a wiggle. Give them a little lift. Release your fingertips to the earth. Slide them forward. Come on down. Let's take a child's pose. You can use a block here if you like. You can have your knees together, big toes touching, hips back towards your heels.
Arms down by your sides, block underneath your forehead, or no block at all. Forehead can come to the mat. There's a classic child's pose. If you're seated in a chair, just fold at the waist, fold forward and reach towards your feet. That's a classic child's pose. Extended child's pose is an option. Knees are spread wide, hips back to your heels. Block can be under your forehead and your arms can reach to the top of your mat. Remove the block if you want. Push it up toward your hands. Maybe your forehead comes down to your mat. Another layer, yet there's so many layers. Maybe you bring your hands up onto the blocks. Oh my goodness. See what you like, do what you like, and just try. Tailbone more to the back of the room. Crown of the head lengthening to the front. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Sigh it out. Tailbone even further back to the back of the room. Now, if you're ready, close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose only. See how that feels. Feel the expansion in your back. As you take a big inhale and a big exhale, bring your belly button towards your spine as you think of your tailbone going more back to the back of your mat. Breathe in, breathe out. This is your Ujjayi Pranayama breath. If you like breathing in and out of the nose with deep breaths, stick with it. It helps you focus inward. If you don't like it, breathe any way you like. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. And take deep breaths. Listen to your body. If your breath becomes shallow, it means you're working too hard. Back out of a pose. You don't get a prize for doing something that's just, super duper insane. Do something that's super duper right for you. Anytime you want, come back to your child's pose. Right now, I'm going to come out of it. All right, so that is your child's pose. What do you think of that? Let's do a sun salutation A. All right, so tuck your back toes under. Send your hips high. Walk your feet up to meet your hands or your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. And come on back. Remember, extended mountain Tadasana. Lengthen up here. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Bring your hands to prayer center. Close your eyes here. This is called a Samastitihi pose. Keep your shoulders down. Just think about you for a minute. Why are you here? What do you hope to achieve? What is this yoga going to do for you? Now think of a positive, affirmative statement that's full of positive attitude, full of gratitude, that you're going to repeat to yourself. How about I am strong? Or something like that. What do you need today? Take a deep breath in. I am strong. Take a deep breath out. Blink your eyes open. Remember your mantra. Let's come back to it often. Sweep your arms on up high to the sky. Let's flow through a sun salutation A. Breath is important. As you inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hands through prayer center. Fold forward in half. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins. Create a flat back like a tabletop. Squeeze your shoulders back towards your spine. Lengthen through your tailbone and the crown of your head. There's your tabletop. Exhale, plant your hands. Walk them forward. Come into a high plank. All right, you can be pushed against a wall. Hands pressed against the wall. Hinge forward here on your mat. Press into the earth. Shoulders are over your wrists. Lengthen up here through your spine. Exhale, low plank. Bend your elbows. Hover above the earth. Flip your feet so the tops of your feet are on your mat. Press the earth away. You can be down on your knees. This is your upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Tuck your feet. Send your hips high. Press the earth away like you're sliding the mat away. Heels are slightly lifted. Pedal them out. Feet should be hip-width distance apart. Arms, fingers, hands, shoulder-width distance apart. Your gaze back towards your elbow, or back towards your knees, the elbows of your leg, right? Back towards your knees or up towards your belly button. Pedal it out. Shake your neck. Loosen it up. All right. How was that? Let's do another one with an option. All right, still your feet. Walk your feet up to meet your hands or your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain, lengthen. Say your little mantra to yourself, I am strong. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. I'll show you a modification. Come on down to your knees. Hinge your weight forward. So maybe you're in a high plank instead. Maybe you're doing that. Low plank, bend your elbows. I'm down on my knees. Let it be. Hover the chest above the earth. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press into your hands. Maybe your knees, your thighs are on the ground. Great job. Exhale, down dog. Maybe you send your hips back. Remember that wide-legged child's pose? Take that. Maybe you're in your downward facing dog. Maybe you like to stay here in your wide-legged child's pose. You decide. Let's do it. One more time. All right, come on back up to standing. Sweep your arms up to an extended mountain. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Remember, you do it your way. You choose what's right for you. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Chaturanga Dandasana, your way. Maybe take it on your knees or maybe not. High plank, low plank. Press the earth away, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips go high, downward facing dog. Give it a pedal. Breathe. Still your feet. Hands walk to feet or feet walk to hands. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Say your mantra. I am strong. Yes, I am. Hands to prayer center. Hold it here. Let's go to a sun salutation B. So bend your knees and hold on here. Hold on here. This is your chair pose. Maybe you're quite literally in a chair. You can go through this sun B completely in a chair, and it feels really right. All right, sink your weight down into your heels a little bit more. Your toes, lift them up, give them a wiggle. Hold on. Maybe work your bottom down more toward the earth. Hands at prayer center. Take a big inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink a little lower. Now add in your arms. Send your arms parallel to each other, reaching toward the front of the room. Nice little counterbalance, so maybe you can sink your weight back into your heels a little bit more. Lengthen. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Let's take our hands now to prayer center and straighten the legs and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Have we done this before? This is a repeat. Squeeze your shoulders back and down. Lengthen through the crown of your head and your tailbone. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Do your variation of a Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Hips are high, give them a pedal. Still your feet. Here's where the difference comes in. Right leg kicks high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. If you're in the chair, kind of turn your bottom. Rise on up, plant your feet so they're solidly down on the mat. Back foot is at a 45 or 90 or 45-degree angle. Right toes shine forward. Bend your right knee. Maybe you're seated on that chair. Your seat is on the seat. It's all good. Right knee over right ankle, working the right thigh, perhaps a little more parallel to the mat. Arms tee out, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Settle in your warrior pose. Feet are planted, you've got it. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. As you exhale, settle in. Straight line, right down the midline of your body. Strong legs. With your strong legs, act as if you're squeezing the mat together. Lengthen up through the crown of your head, and as you exhale, turn your neck, look over your right middle finger. Remember how we were talking about between the second and third toe? Same kind of thing in the hand. Look over your right middle finger. Exhale, reach forward. Then tick-tock your arms 6 and 12. Right arm presses into the right thigh. Left arm goes high to the sky. Right arm can straighten, fingers down toward the earth. Left arm is high and lifted. Turn your neck and look up to your left fingers. Oh, how does that feel? Big stretch in your left side, kind of reminiscent when we did that palm tree pose, right? Lengthen up. Maybe left hand, reach it to the front of the room. Oh my goodness, there's a big stretch. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm high this time. Left arm low, reach. Maybe you reach more to the back of the room. Seated in the chair, still great. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana, hands plant, right foot meets left. Take your variation of your Chaturanga. High plank, maybe on the knees. Low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Maybe you go back to a wide-legged child's pose. And then meet us in a down dog as you make your way up to standing. Bring your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Arms sweep up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, plant your hands, Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank, low plank. Take an inhale, press the earth away, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg kicks high this time. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Inhale, rise on up to a standing position. Plant your feet, tee out your arms, sink on down, look to the left, reach to the left. Tick-tock 6 and 12, however you like. Maybe forearm pressed into thigh, maybe straight. Reach to the front. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm high, right arm low, reach to the back of the room. Exhale, cartwheel your arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Maybe it's high plank on your knees to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog or wide-legged child's pose. Do what you like. Do what speaks to you. We'll all meet back in a down dog. Pedal it out, shake your neck. Walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Breathe, chair pose, Utkatasana, bend your knees, reach. You know this sequence, let's do it again. Sink into your hips, reach through the arms, say your mantra. Exhale, hands to prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank, maybe. Low plank, maybe. Press the earth away. Come onto the tops of your feet. Upward facing dog. Flip your back feet. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, right leg kicks high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Rise on up to a standing position. Feet are planted. Settle in, squeeze the mat, lengthen through your fingers and lengthen through your spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, settle. Turn your head to the right. Reach to the right. Tick-tock your arms. Look up. Reach the left arm to the front of your mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm high, left arm low, right arm reaches back. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Right foot meets left. High plank, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal it out. Breathe. Still your feet. Left legs turn. When you're ready, send your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, rise up. Feet plant. Arms tee. Sink on down. Exhale, reach. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Maybe reach. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm high, right arm low. Reach to the back. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Breathe. Breathe. Shake your neck. Push the earth away. Tailbone even higher to the sky. Keep pedaling. Shake your neck and finish. Bend your knees. Come on down to your mat. All right, big muscles. We woke them up. How are you doing? Think of your body every time you move it. Think of sliding and gliding, because the saying, motion is lotion, is so true. If you have an injury, yeah, you need to baby it a little bit, but you need to get back into the movement. That's what PT does, right? All right, grab a drink. You got to get back into whatever it is you want to do. Use it or lose it, right? Hello to Sherry, to Stan, to Liz, to Lynn, to Kelly, to Tina, to Rena, to Margarita. How are you guys doing? Glad that you're here. Hi, Connell. Hi, Tim. Hi, Jim. All right, good. Let's go. All right, core. Come on down. Maybe have your strap nearby if you want to use that for your boat pose. Let's do our usual little sequence of core things. Soles of your feet touch. Knees are bent to the sides of your mat.
Maybe hike your heels up a little bit. Hands to prayer center, lengthen up. Remember your mantra, you are strong. Yes, you are. Lean on back with control. With control, that's how you want to do it. Have control, you're in control. You choose what you do, and you choose to stay in control. Practice that self-control, one of the fruit of the Spirit. All right, heels up toward your groin. Fingertips lightly to your temples. Elbows open wide. Maybe you say, I'm staying right here, and that's fine. All right, we're going to do Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Maybe breathe in and out of your mouth to let some heat go. Think of your chin as the driving force here. Exhale the air out of your lungs and let your chin lift up toward the sky. Shoulders come up off of your mat. And then come on down on the inhale. Exhale up, inhale down. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Peel your shoulder blades up as best you can. Keep your elbows and your knees open wide. Baby, hold them on up. Drive the elbows on back and pulse your chin up to the sky. Think of a bar practice. Oh, bar. We combine on Fridays, bar, Pilates, hand weights, and yoga to shake it up and make it a little different. Bar has a lot of pulsing like I'm doing now, little teeny lifts where you don't give up. Just little teeny pulses. Let's finish. Come on down. Oh, don't you feel that? All right, keep your fingers right where they are. Let's do bicycle pose. Lots of options. Bring your knees together at the midline. Feet can be solidly planted on your mat, and you can peel your shoulders up again. Chin's going up to the sky, and then think of an elbow going to the other knee. Elbow toward opposite knee. Breathe. Maybe that's what you want to do today. Maybe you bring the shoulders on down, or you're giving them a rest, and you lift your legs up. Knees over hips, toes drawn towards your shins. Drive through your heels. Heels are going to the bottom of the mat, just like your chin is lifted up to the sky. Breathe, breathe. Ride a recumbent bicycle. Or put it all together. Peel your shoulders up. Bring opposite elbow toward opposite knee. Drive through your heels. Ride a bicycle here. You know the other option. Your legs can be straight, and you scissor kick them. Breathe through it. Have some fun. That's your bicycle pose. Come on down, stick pose now. Legs go long and together on your mat. Arms go high overhead. Think of being a big number one. Stretch, reach, point your toes, reach to the fingers. There's your stick pose. Time for boat. Bend your knees, hands behind your knees. Maybe you've said, I want to use my strap. If you're using the strap today, place the center of the strap underneath the soles of your feet. Send your legs long. Using the strap like reins of a horse, you can come on up. Hands behind your knees, rock and roll up. If you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, don't rock on your spine. Check with your doctor. The rocking's kind of fun, if it's okay for you. If not, just come on up to seated. And we'll all make our way up to a seated position. Pull on that strap if you got it. And slowly come on up with control. Once you're seated, lean your shoulders back and down, chest is lifted. Maybe your heels are on your mat. Maybe you have your hands down by your sides. Maybe lift your legs a little or a lot. Maybe you release your arms and reach them towards your feet. Chest is lifted, shoulders back and down. Put a smile on your face. Choose gratitude. Breathe, hold it here. This is your boat pose. Now bend your knees a little bit. Maybe soles of the feet come down or maybe not. Bring your hands to prayer center. Yesterday we mentioned rowing the boat. Let's row. Row the boat. One elbow toward the earth, then the other. Row your boat. Different variations. Lots of possibilities. All right, how you doing with your boat? Let's finish. All right, come into what's called a cosmic egg. Bend your knees, pull your shins on up, pull your heels on up toward your bottom, wrap your forearms around your shins. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Maybe come on up to your toes. Maybe lean on back and find some balance here. Balance is important. See, even this is balancing. Maybe bring your forehead towards your knees. Maybe circle the ankles, one direction, then the other. When you're ready, crisscross at the ankles. Hands plant on your mat. Send your feet back. Come back to your down dog. Remember this? Pedal it out. Shake your neck. Downward facing dog. Whew. All right, let's do some lunges. All right, feet, still them. Shake your neck.
Inhale, right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. So that right foot is between your two front hands. Find a block and bring it within grabbing distance. All right, rise on up to standing. All 10 toes are pointing forward. Now comes the bend in the knees. All right, maybe you got a chair nearby for balance. Bend into your knees. Bend into your knees to what is comfortable for you. If there's any pain, come out of it. You can also come all the way down to your back knee. Totally fine. Bring your hands to prayer center. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Sweep your arms up. Reach your fingers to the sky. Take a little back bend. You can be down on that back knee if you want. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Work that back knee closer to the earth, maybe. Inhale, lengthen up through your spine. Exhale, hinge forward and twist. Bringing the outside of your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Press into your hands, which are stacked. Press into your elbows into the left thigh. Right elbow high to the sky. You're looking down at your right toes. Now start to twist and look to your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. Look up to your elbow. There you go. You can be down on your knees if you want. There is your twist. Let's slowly come back to center. Hands in prayer. Bring them on down inside the right front foot. Left foot comes on down. You can slip a towel under your knee. Top of your left foot on your mat. Right toes wiggle to the top right corner of your mat. Breathe here. Hold here. Left leg is long. Here's where you can use a block. You can bring your hands onto it. That feels pretty good. Maybe wiggle your right toes more to the top right corner of your mat. We do different variations of this every day, and it helps build you up to this deep lunge. Feel it in your front hip flexors, which are in the front of your hips. Push into the earth, press into the block. Maybe open up onto the pinky edge side of that right foot, driving the outside of the right knee toward the earth. Hands can be on your block or on your mat. Maybe bring your forearms down onto your block. Lengthen here. Breathe. Breathe. You got it. Maybe you remove the block and bring your forearms down to the earth. There's your runner's lunge. Let's come out of it. Press into your hands. Send your right foot back to meet your left. And let's take a side plank. You can stay on your bottom left knee. Right leg can go long, and you can lift it up if you want to get cocky. Left arm over left shoulder over left wrist. Right arm lifts high to the sky. Great place to be. Look up to your right hand. Want more of a challenge? Send both legs long. They can be kickstanded or bring the ankles together. Press into your left hand. Right arm lifts. Look up to the sky. This is your side plank. Hips are lifted. Stay here. Breathe. No problem doing it on your knees. Bring your right hand down. Come back to a down dog. Pedal it out. Shake your neck. Still your heels. Let's sneak in a Chaturanga Dandasana if you want. High plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. When you're ready, still your heels. Left leg kicks high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through to your low lunge. When you're ready, rise on up. All 10 toes are going forward and your back heel is lifted. Have a chair nearby for balance if you want. Sink in to your back knee. Sink into your front knee for that matter too. Take it slowly. Breathe through it. Inhale, lengthen up through your arms. Take a little baby back bend if you want. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Come back to your mantra. Think about it for a second. I am strong. Exhale, settle in. Right elbow outside of the left knee. Hand stack, elbow stack. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Come down to your bottom knee if you want. And if you don't want, pop on back up. Breathe. When you're ready, let's plant the back knee. Bring your hands inside your left front foot. Left foot wiggles to the top left corner of your mat. Right leg goes long and straight, top of the right foot on your mat. You can stay right here. Use the block to bring the ground up to you. Let the left knee open up to the side. Let the left pinky side of the foot rest on the mat. Breathe here. Maybe put a little bend in your elbows. Maybe put more of a bend in your elbows, bringing your forearms down to that block. Oh, breathe. Maybe bring your forearms down to the earth. There is your runner's lunge. Let's come out of it and do side plank on this side. So right arm's going to be your foundation this time. Shoulder over wrist. Left leg goes back to meet the right. Remember, you can stay down on the knee if you like. Breathe, lift through the hips. Left arm goes up. Send your gaze up towards your hands. Breathe, breathe. You got it. Lift your hips a little higher. Push the earth away. You're super strong. Exhale. Left hand comes down. Come back to your down dog. Pedal it out. Shake your neck. You've got it. Sneak in a downward facing dog if you like. Remember that variation. You can come down to your knees. Hinge the weight forward. High plank. Bend the elbows. Take a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Push into the arms. Come into a seal-like pose. Exhale, downward facing dog, or spread your knees wide and take your wide-legged child's pose. It's all good. All right, then let's all meet back in a down dog. Pedal your heels. Breathe. Let's do some balancing. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, or walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. You roll on up to an extended mountain pose. All right, so balancing. Hands to prayer center. Hold on here. Mantra time. I am strong. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Soften up. Tree pose. Balance into your left foot. Open up the right foot to the side of the room. You can be on the ball of that foot. We worked on this later or earlier. You can do this just like this or have a chair nearby. Bring the sole of the foot maybe inside the calf. Maybe slip it on up, but just don't let it rest onto the knee. Push the foot into the leg and the leg back into the foot. Check out your hips. They should be the same distance to your front wall. Hands can stay at prayer center or use a chair. Arms can lift high to the sky. Send your gaze to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Start to sway your branches, your arms. Sway them back and forth as you catch your balance little by little. Ooh, earlier this week it was really fun. Or was that last week? We did a one-legged mountain pose where we swayed our arms a lot, moved them lots of different ways to challenge our balance. So try that. Challenge your balance. If you fall out, no big deal, right? All right, there's your tree pose. Hands back to prayer center. Bring the knee to the front of the room. Plant that foot next to the other. Let's root now into our right leg. Weight out of the left. Open it up to the side of the room. Ball of the foot can stay right there. This is a beautiful tree. Lots of different trees, right? All right, maybe slip the foot closer to the leg or higher still, up into the thigh. Let the outside of the left knee work toward the back of the room. Push the foot into the leg and the leg back into the foot. You're strong. You're strong. You are strong. That foundational foot is rooted into the earth. Breathe. Focus forward. Grow your branches. Sway your branches. Focus. You're in this present moment. Can't be anywhere else, can you? And keep your balance. It is trying, but try. It's worth it. When you brush your teeth, maybe take a tree pose. Breathe. Focus. Here's a little more of a challenge. Close your eyes. Take a little quick blink. Little blink. It's a little longer than normal. See how you do. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the left foot next to the right. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. That's your tree pose. Let's do eagle pose. Garandasana. All right, eagle pose. Take it in layers. Maybe you're seated in a chair. Totally fine. Maybe you just do the arms. Maybe you just do the legs. Let's go. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Sit the weight back a little more into your heels. Stay right here. Add in the arms. They're a counterbalance, allowing you to sink your hips back a little bit more. Arms are lifted and reaching. Now, how does that feel in the shoulders? You want a variation? Here you go. Hands to opposite shoulders. Hold on here. Hands can be at prayer center, always a good place to be. You decide where you're going to keep it. Breathe here. All right, let's start with the arms. I'm going to take my right arm, sweep it under my left. Bring my palms to touch and squeeze my elbows down. I'm going to look over my tops of my fingers. Squeeze here. There's the arms. Take the variation that speaks to you. I'm going to add in my legs. I'm going to root into my left leg. Right leg. I'm going to take the weight out of it. Maybe standing on the left leg is plenty today. I'm going to cross my right leg over my left, take the top of my right foot and hook it behind my left calf. Bring my shoulders back so I'm still looking forward, not down, and squeeze tightly. This is your eagle pose, Garandasana. Breathe. Talk about motion is lotion.
Talk about getting that synovial fluid going. Squeeze tightly and then release. Right foot down. Arms go high. Woo. Breathe in your Tadasana, extended mountain. Oh, let the arms go to the back of the room. Fingers back up to the sky. Let's do it again on the other side. Start by bending your knees. Maybe that's all you do, and that's totally fine. Bend your knees. Arms reach long. Weight back into your heels a little bit more. Look down at your toes. Give them a wiggle. Now look forward. Look towards your fingers. Look forward. Stay, I guess, like a diver on a diving board, right? Sink lower. Reach through your fingers. Take the arm variation, remember? Hands can go to opposite shoulders. Hands can go to prayer center, or this time I'm going to sweep my left arm under my right. Palms touch, elbows squeeze down, gaze over your fingertips. Sink low, hold here if you like. Let's do the other side. This time I'm going to lift out of my left leg. Left leg crosses right. Top of the left foot behind the right calf. Squeeze, look forward over those fingertips. Squeeze what you got. Good and tight and strong. You are, yes you are. Squeeze, hold it, and then finish. Left leg releases to the ground. Arms sweep up, you stand up, extended mountain. Reach through your fingers, pop up onto the balls of your feet. You got good balance. Plant your feet, look up to your fingers, take a baby back bend. Another balancing pose. Arms go back up, hands to prayer center. All right, we've done this before. Humble warrior pose. I'm gonna put this in your mind. Put on your socks and your shoes this way every day. Why not work it into your life? All right, bend your knees. Hold on here. Knees are bent. Hands to prayer center. I'm gonna lift my right leg up. Gonna cross my right leg into a figure four. And I'm gonna sit back in my bottom. I'm gonna hold right here. And maybe I could reach down and pick up my socks and my shoes and put them on. Try it. What do you have to lose? Hold on right here, figure four. Let's take this to a more humble warrior. Perhaps take your hands behind your low back. Interlace your fingers. Work the interlaced fingers up the back wall as your gaze goes down towards your left toes. Hold on. If you fall out, no big deal. Get right back in. Finish. Hands back to prayer center. A moment of gratitude here for your beautiful balance. Release the right foot next to the left. Straighten through the legs. Extended mountain, little baby back bend. Hands back up to the sky. Chair pose again. Bend your knees, arms reach, hold on here. Hands to prayer center, gratitude, thank you. Right foot rooted into the earth. Left leg lifts this time, hold it here. You can have a chair for balance. You got it. Don't sweat it. If you're seated in the chair, try to sit this way, bringing the outside of the left ankle onto the right knee. Hold it here. There you go. There's your humble warrior. Sock time, shoe time, you got it. Hands, maybe you release them to interlace behind your low back. Lift them up toward the sky. Gaze down toward your right foot. Breathe, find your balance. Release the hands back to that gratitude position of prayer. Left foot meets right. Straighten through the legs. Arms go up. Tadasana, extended mountain. One more balancing pose. Hands to prayer center. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Root into your feet. Lift your arms up high to the sky. Extended mountain. The right arm, it's going to start moving. Start to do big circles toward the back of the room with your right arm. Don't neglect the left. Let it reach high to the sky. Root into your left foot. We're doing dancer. Did I tell you that? Bend your right knee. With the right hand, when you're ready, reach the right hand inside the right foot. Bring your knees back together to touch at the middle of your body. Lift out of your fingers and then kick into your back hand. Left arm reaches forward. Right leg is kicking hard into the right hand toward the back of the room and then up toward the sky. Breathe, hold it, and then finish. Right leg down, right arm up. Ta-da! Tadasana, extended mountain. Root into your feet. Reach through your fingers. Left arm is going back in a big circle. You're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Root into your right foot. When you're ready, weight out of the left. Capture the inside of the left foot. Knees together. Lengthen through your right fingers. Hold it right here. You don't have to go any farther. Maybe you've got a chair. You're holding on to it. Kick into your left hand. Maybe reach through the right fingers. Breathe. Kick. back, kick up, finish. Left foot meets right, hands back to prayer center. Breathe in, breathe out. Forward fold. Let it all go. And just observe, are your fingers maybe closer to the ground than when you started? That's what your yoga does. Makes you more flexible, not only in your body, but in your mind. It's all good. Bend your knees, walk your hands forward, then straighten your legs. Come back to a downward facing dog. Pedal your feet. Still your heels, right leg kicks high. Exhale, bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Left leg goes long and straight, top of your left foot on your mat. Have a block nearby. Work your left shin a little bit more forward so it's more parallel to the top of the mat. Right glute, place a block under it. Keeps you honest. Press into your hands. Maybe slip down to your forearms. Maybe rest your head on your hands. Soften in your shoulders. Big stretch in your glutes. Those big muscles need love too. Breathe. In a Thursday and in a Sunday class, we call it our restorative practice. We would hold a pose like this for a longer period of time, allowing the body to totally relax. All right, seriously, relax your shoulders. Relax your glutes. Think of space in your hip. Your hip is mobile. Maybe it just hasn't moved this way in a long time, but it'll come back because your body remembers. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Your body keeps the score. What a great book, too. Check it out. All right, press into your hands. Remove the block. Tuck your back left toes under. Send your right leg back. Come to a three-legged down dog. Shake out the right leg. Move it this way and that. Just do what feels good. Plant your foot. Both feet are on your mat. Down dog. Shake your neck. Left leg kicks high. We're going to do Ekapada Rajakapotasana, which is half pigeon on this side. Exhale, bend your left knee behind your left wrist. Right leg goes long, top of the right foot on the mat. Ooh, lengthen that right leg. Bring your left foot a little more parallel to the top of your mat. Whew, maybe you stay right here. Maybe you slip that block under your left glutes. It keeps your hips equal distance to the mat. Breathe here, stay here. Big stretch in your backside. Maybe come on down to your forearms, rest your head on your hands. And remember, soften in your shoulders. Breathe in, maybe sigh it out. Let it go. Send that breath to your left hip. Soften your hips. Think of your hips expanding to the sides of your mat. Find space there. Oh, in this kind of practice, right when it starts to feel really good, it's time to come on out. So check out restorative. I think you'll like it. Press into your hands. Remove the block. Tuck your back right toes. Send your left leg back to meet the right and shake it out any way you want. When you're ready, plant your feet onto your mat. Inhale, hinge forward, high plank. Come on down to your belly. Once on your belly, hands stay right where they are underneath your collarbones. Legs zip up. Let's do Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Elbows hugged in towards your spine. Nose, chin, forehead down on your mat. Legs are zipped up like a cobra tail. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. When you're ready, send your gaze down your nose and look at the top of your mat. Maybe look a little bit higher. Breathe. Maybe lift out of your hands a little bit or a lot, or balance on your fingertips. Hold here, cobra. Come on down. Hands come down. Head comes down. Turn your head so your left cheek is on your mat and your arms go down by your sides, shoulders away from your ears. Big breath in, big breath out. Turn your head a little bit more so your ear is on the mat. If you want. Come on back. Chin to the center of your mat. Floor bow pose, Dhanurasana. You could use your strap here to grab your ankles or nothing at all. Bend your knees and maybe you just kind of kick yourself in the bottom. Hold it here, right here. Maybe you lift your arms up and you imagine capturing the outsides of your heels, or maybe you do catch the outsides of your heels. Wiggle your knees back together to the midline of your body. Hug your heels towards your bottom. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. Inhale, kick hard into the back hands. Kick your feet into your hands. Gaze down your nose. Lift up on your pelvis. Kick, maybe thighs lift, breathe, finish. Thighs come down, hands come down. Head turns to bring your right cheek onto your mat. Or maybe your right ear onto your mat. Big breath in,
And big breath out. You've got it. Chin back to the center of your mat. Press into your hands underneath your collarbones. Press on up to a seal pose. And then come on down to seated. Legs go long. Find your eye shade and your towel. Put them up by your shoulders. You know what that means. We're almost done, but not quite. Legs long. Toes up to the sky. Arms reach. Exhale. Arms now reach forward. Reach for your toes, your calves, whatever you can capture. Hug your elbows in. Send your gaze to your knees. Finish up, shoulders over hips. Remember coming down with control? Let's do it again. Hands to prayer center. Say your little mantra, I am strong, I am strong, I am strong. Come on down, all the way down. Once you're all the way down, bend your right knee, hug your right knee in. Left leg is long, left heel toward the bottom of the mat. Circle your ankle in one direction, then the other on the right foot. Breathe. Hug it in a little bit tighter. Left hand guides the right knee across the midline of your body. Roll onto your left hip, but keep your right shoulder down. Gaze to the right as you extend that right arm. Big twist, big twist, big twist. Finish. Right hip comes down, gaze goes up to the sky, knees goes up to the sky too, and hug it in. Circle your ankle a few times. Take advantage of that opportunity to strengthen your foundation. All right, right leg goes along. Hug your left knee in this time. Maybe use your towel under your knee. Hug it in, good and tight. Circle the ankle in one direction, then the other. Maybe you stay here. You say, I don't want to do that twist part of the supine position. All right, so you're supine, you're lying down. Let's do the supine twist. Right hand captures the left knee, roll onto the right hip. Right hand encourages the left knee, down, down, down. Doesn't have to come down to the ground, but just encourage it down. Keep your left shoulder on the ground. Tee out your left arm and look to the left. Oh, breathe. Big breath in, big breath out. As you exhale, you can take the twist deeper because you've created lots of opportunity for the twist to be deepened on the exhale. When you're ready, left hip down, left knee up toward the sky, interlaced fingers, hug the left knee in, circle the ankle around and around and around. Now left leg goes long onto your mat. Both heels, drag them up like they're going through molasses. Tight core, you've got it going on. Lift your knees up. Left hand captures under left knee, right hand under right knee. Happy baby time, Ananda Balasana. Rock from side to side. How is that? You can stay right here. You can draw little circles with your knees on the ceiling. Maybe you take your hands, capture inside your calves or capture inside your heels. Hold on to those heels. Draw the toes towards your shins. Send one leg up to the sky, then the other. Breathe. Happy baby pose. You'll get there, you'll do it, but there's lots of modifications. In the meantime, do what speaks to you. All right, when you're done, open up your legs good and wide. So create like a letter V shape in your legs. Take your hands, press into your inner thighs, press the inner thighs, pressing them down toward the earth. Hold on here, draw your toes towards your shins, circle your ankles. And then finish, bring the knees together at the midline. Bend your knees, feet come down, legs go long. Time for final Shavasana, the best pose of the practice. Eye shade or towel, cover your eyes. Block out the outside world, which is trying to invade the peace that you just created. Wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine. Arms down by your sides, palms face up. Feet, give them a little bit of space. Work the heels toward the edges of your mat. Pinky toes fall to the edges of your mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Deep breaths. Any way you like. Maybe you're keeping your lips closed and breathing through the nose. Or maybe you've decided to breathe in through the nose and sigh out any residual tension through the mouth. Let it go. Soften the area between your eyebrows. And if your teeth are touching, unclench your jaws a little bit. Make some space there.
full inhale, belly poofs up to the sky. And a full exhale, your belly button goes back to touch your spine. All right, you've got your own routine down by now, I hope, or you're establishing one of coming to your yoga every day. Maybe you've got your remote control nearby and you just push pause on the video now so you can take a longer final Shavasana. If it's time for you to conclude your hour, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, circle the ankles, because we've done that a lot today. Find the mobility and flexibility there. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Inhale, reach high overhead and stretch it out like it's your first get out of bed stretch in the morning. Exhale, bend your knees and your elbows, roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Your low arms bicep is a pillow for your head. Top shoulder is soft and relaxed. Knees are bent. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. As you're ready, slowly press on up or float on up, eyes opened or closed. Come on up to whatever seated position feels good for you today. Hands to prayer center. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Let it go. And blink your eyes open. All right, you did it. What do you think? That was your 1 hour yoga practice from home. I hope you liked it. I hope you'll come back. And I hope, most importantly, that you modified. That's really important. Modify to make it work for you. You don't have to do all the poses. You just move a little bit or a lot. And the more you do it, the better you'll feel. Truly, gratitude is an attitude that you choose, not a reaction to our circumstances. So choose your attitude, choose to have gratitude, and focus on these things: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. All important. You focus on those things and something good is going to happen. All right, so you took a stress number in the beginning. What was it? What is it? There you go. There's your quantifiable measure. Your yoga is working for you. Stick with it. Give it a go every day this week. Tell your friends about us, and we'll see you on your mats tomorrow for yet another yoga practice. All right. Love you guys. See you later. Bye. Good girl. Good girl. This week, let's choose to choose gratitude. Feel gratitude for the small things, because the small things aren't really the small things. The small things are really the big things. And you know that, right? You know that too, don't you? Choose gratitude in all that you do. Thank you for being here and doing yoga with me and allowing me to do the yoga with you. All right, so here's the deal. Tell your friends about our yoga. You know, they'd be grateful for it too. Your yoga is doing so many wonderful things for your body. Share that with them. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody, and dogs too. And you're doing it from the privacy of your own home, as you know, and it makes it a lot of fun. We are live every day, as is obvious with Piper here. We are live every single day, and we would like you to be with us as well. Our yoga is free, like I said, for anybody and everybody. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's at www.316yoga.com. Have a great rest of your day. Find joy in all the little things, and be patient. All right, see you on your mats tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.